welcome to the Practical Nursing Pinning Ceremony for the class of 2021. Over the past 12 months, these people here before you have moved from beginning nurses to graduating nurses ready to take their licensing exam. They've experienced the joys and frustrations that come with being a nursing student, though I hope that the good outweighed the bad. And over these past 12 months, they have done a lot. They've taken 22 tests and completed over 400 hours of clinical. During that time, they mastered skills that they learned in the nursing laboratory and applied the knowledge learned in class to real-life situations. They supported each other. So often, I was told how studying with one of their classmates made it possible for them to keep going, even when things seemed toughest. Even outside of PVCC, they made a mark. Several people here had positions created for them where LPNs have never worked before. Others created policy change. They convinced UVA to let them work as graduate practical nurses, which hasn't happened in years. And beyond that, some of them were even helping to administer COVID vaccines back in the spring. They've done so much, and all of you know that. All of you supported them through this and are incredibly proud of them. It's hard to say how great they all have been. So let's celebrate them. And without further ado, I'm going to turn this over for a message from our school president, Dr. Frank Friedman. But before we start that, I'm going to ask all 14 of our students to please sit in the front row, move from the stage to the front row so that you are able to see it too.
Hello, I'm Frank Friedman, president of Piedmont Virginia Community College. And on behalf of our college board, our faculty and staff, it's my pleasure to welcome you tonight to this wonderful pinning ceremony for our graduating class of licensed practical nurses. I'm really sorry I can't be with you live. Unfortunately, I'm out of town at this time, but this is such a special event. I didn't want it to go by without at least passing on a recorded message to the graduates, their families, and friends. This is really special because the LPN program is a really difficult program. I think our graduates would tell you it's very rigorous, it takes a lot of hard work, and that makes tonight that much more special, that these individuals have achieved to this point, they are graduating, and we should be proud of them, and they should certainly be proud of themselves. I also want to commend the graduates, not just for completing the program, but for deciding to go into the healthcare profession. You know, one of the things that this pandemic has taught us is just how important these healthcare professionals are, especially nurses. And we have come to appreciate, even more than before, the great work that our nurses do. And these graduates are now joining that wonderful profession. So I just want to say congratulations to our graduates. I also want to say congratulations to family and friends, because without your support, probably a lot of these graduates wouldn't be here tonight. Graduates, your task isn't quite over though. You still have boards to pass, jobs to secure, and then you're going to be out there working with people who are sick, with families who are scared, and you are going to be putting all of your professional knowledge, your compassion, your caring to work. And since many of you are going to work right here in Central Virginia, we're the ones who are going to benefit. And I am so proud that you will be there to serve all of us. So graduates, congratulations and good luck.
Greetings, everyone. It's so nice to see you all here and to welcome you to the Licensed Practical Nursing Pinning Ceremony. I am the Dean of Health and Life Sciences, Nicole Winkler, and I'm just so proud of these graduates. I know they worked very hard, and they don't see me very often. I'm sort of behind the scenes, but I'm cheering you on from a distance, always. So before I give you some some words of wisdom myself as a clinician. I want to recognize some of our college board members that I see out in the audience tonight who have come to celebrate your graduation today. Lola, I see you out there. Lola is here. Janet. And I see one other, but I can't recognize. Alfredo, I thought that was you, but I wasn't sure. This darn masks, yeah. So anyway, welcome, and thank you for coming. And friends and family, thank you so much for being here to celebrate the LPN graduates. So I remember years ago, I'm not going to say how long, but I graduated X-ray school. And this was going way back, but I started in diagnostic radiology at UVA Hospital. And I was working with traumas and OR cases and digestive studies and more. And while it was so exciting, I think it took me 2 or 3 good years of working in that intense environment before I felt really confident as an imaging technologist. And so I want to say to you today, don't feel discouraged if at first it feels really overwhelming. Having lived through that experience myself, I thought to offer some advice to you today as I remember back to that time. So here's my quick top 5 essential things for every new healthcare practitioner and what you should know. Number 5, be open to suggestions. If your senior nurse suggests an easier way to do something, try it. Experience is the best teacher, and your senior nurses know it very well. Number 4, always be on time. Being late is an addicting habit, and you need to break it early. No nurse wants to get home late, so keep that in mind when you're receiving the nurse from the previous shift. Number 3, extend a helping hand to your colleagues when they need it. You will soon realize how helpful it is to have caring coworkers. Number 2, always appear calm and relaxed even though you're freaking out inside. Because you'll need this to calm down your patient and their loved ones in times of critical crises situations. You can freak out later, as we often do, yeah. Number 1, be a nursing ambassador. Remember that wherever you go, you're representing the nursing profession. Your actions and your attitude should reflect the nursing profession that you've worked so hard for. So each of you have a rewarding career ahead of you, and you've worked very hard and you deserve to be successful. And remember, if nursing is truly your passion, you have already taken a major step in becoming an LPN. But if you decide to further your education and pursue your RN, come back to us. We will take care of you. I'm sure you've already seen that the nursing faculty here at PVCC are some of the best. And if you are dedicated, they will help you achieve your goals and dreams in the field of nursing. All right, congratulations again. I wish you the very best in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Dean Winkler. I'm going to remove my mask too. Can everybody hear me okay? Great. Thank everybody for joining us this evening in this celebration. And it is a celebration. Yay! A culmination of all of your hard work, everybody's hard work. Just as was referenced before, it takes a village, right? It takes a lot of support, a lot of organization, a lot of logistics, right? Congratulations. I'm Linda Peffley-Fear, new Associate Dean of Nursing, and I welcome you, and I congratulate you. I've been asked to talk about the significance of the pin, the nursing pin. But before I do that, I wanted to talk about a couple other pins that you guys may be familiar with. Anybody here a movie buff? Movies? I'm a big movie buff. All right, great. A significant pin that comes to mind is the Mockingjay pin. From what movie? Hunger Games, right. That pin was proudly given to Katniss Everdeen, the protagonist, as a gift for good luck. She proudly wore it throughout her experiences, and in this case, movies, was eventually recognized for it, and later actually became the Mockingjay. Symbolism, mocking current oppressive government, fighting for freedom, and fighting for what is right. So it was a good symbol. Next, another significant pin identified as the hand, either by the king or the queen in the Game of Thrones. Anybody? Yes? No? Maybe? Couple? Okay. I'm currently watching that. It was highly recommended. The hand signifies a prominent role of leadership to all, not just the king or the queen that they are advising. It is respected, it is worn proudly, and it really signifies a lot of work to get there. Do you see some similarities what I'm getting at? Good. Everyone recognized it. The pin carries a lot of responsibility and knowledge. So the significance of the nursing pin for PVCC's graduating LPNs, or licensed practical nurse, is very similar to these. The pin represents successful completion of a rigorous, I believe the president called it that. Do you agree? Rigorous, challenging program. It's a gift you have earned. A symbol of help, aid, assistance, comfort, knowledge, and responsibility to each other, ourselves, and our clients. Something near and dear to our hearts as nurses. As mentioned, pins carry tradition and success. In 1855, of course, I couldn't give you give this history lesson without Brittany Propica's nod. In 1855, Queen Victoria presented Florence Nightingale with a pin for her service in the Crimean War. It contained the symbol of the Maltese cross and the words, "Blessed are the merciful." In 1880, the first nursing pins awarded in the United States were earned by graduates of Bellevue Hospital School of Nursing in New York. Other schools of nursing followed, each designing their own unique pin. The pin these graduates will receive today is uniquely PVCC. They have earned it. Before it was socially acceptable for women to attend college, before nursing established itself as an independent academic discipline, the pin represented not the knowledge, skill, and dedication of the new nurse entering the profession. So, of course, now it signifies successful completion of a program. So, closer to present day, PVC first celebrated its first graduating class of nurses with a pinning ceremony in 1974. Look how far we've come. Nursing pins are unique. No one knows what it's like to successfully complete nursing school except graduates of like programs. Any nurses in the audience? All right. Thank you. Many friends, family, and faculty are here tonight. We thank you. The pin identifies what we have earned as nurses, what we have endured and prevailed through many challenges. The pin means you are ready, able, and willing to enter a profession with a rich, significant history. And what an exciting future. The pin says, "I am a PVCC nurse." Wear it with pride. Congratulations.
And now it's time for the main event, and it is time to get you all pinned.
Good evening, I'm Charmin Brooks, and I'm one of the faculty here at Piedmont Virginia Community College. And I just want to say that I'm proudly wearing my pin that I earned from here, Piedmont before this building was even created, so greater than 20 years ago, we'll just say that. My pen is very seasoned, so I recognize how much hard work you've put in, and congratulations. Okay. Cassandra Baptista. I would like to thank all my professors for their guidance throughout our time together. We worked hard to get to this moment. I would also like to give a special thank you to Gio. Thank you for supporting me, encouraging me, and always believing in me, always. Joanna Brown. So much pushed me to give up this year. I made it here even after starting with no faith in myself. But my dad always told me I could do anything, so I did. My kids have always wanted me to do what makes me happy, so I am. And a very special friend has always told me I have so much heart and to never give up, so I didn't. I thank God, and I thank you all for helping me change my life. Akia Carey. Thank you, God, for giving me the strength and allowing me to persevere through nursing school. Thank you to my wonderful instructor who stuck by me, stayed with me, and continued to stick with me throughout this entire process. I am forever grateful for your patience, your impartment of knowledge and guidance. Had it not been for you, I would not be standing here today. To my family, thank you all for your love and support. Sincerely, Akia Carey. Crystal Carter Watkins. To my family and friends, I'm so happy that you all can share my pinning ceremony with me. I want you to know how much I appreciate all the love, time, and energy that has been put into helping me throughout this program. To my classmates, whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you have faced, all the battles you have won, and all the fears you've overcome. Good luck, ladies. To Kira Emery. I finally made it. I'm blessed and thankful that I have made it this far. From starting back from January 2020 and starting over due to the pandemic. During the time of the pandemic, I wanted to give up, but with the help of my family, friends, Professor Hinkle and Anderson, I didn't. I would not be here if it wasn't for their words of encouragement. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and my journey is just beginning. Sincerely, to Kira Emery. Kayla Holsapple. I would like to thank God for the opportunities he has given me, my husband, Jacob, for the countless times he has been there for me when I was stressed and doubting myself, my family for their endless love and support, and my classmates for giving me advice when I knew nothing about healthcare. Lastly, I want to thank all of the professors and nurses for all that they have taught me this year. Erlia Howard Calloway. Nothing builds self-esteem and self-confidence like accomplishments. Thank you, Professor Hinkle and Professor Anderson, for guiding us and inspiring us. Thank you to my friends and family who were there for me along the way. Especially Nicholas, you, and Cameron are one of my biggest motivations. Sarah Jenkins. I'd like to thank my friends and family, especially my husband, for supporting me through this program. I couldn't have done this without your encouragement and support. To all my classmates, I'm so grateful to have met such an amazing and supportive group of women. I'm so proud of all of us for making it through such a difficult year, and I can't wait to see what great things everyone does next. Ann Lynch. As many of you already know, I believe that laughter is truly the best medicine and what has gotten me through nursing school. So with that being said, I'd like to thank Starbucks for giving me the energy to get through clinicals, Zoloft for making sure I didn't have a nervous breakdown, Adderall for giving me enough focus to pass my tests, Martin's for having online grocery ordering so I never ran out of snacks from my stress eating, and last but not least, my scrubs for holding their seams together so I didn't have a wardrobe malfunction. To my classmates, it's time to go and change the world. Remember, you make a difference and I believe in you. Melanie Madison. What an amazing journey this has been. There have been so many learning opportunities, challenges, tears, and laughter. I'm truly thankful to God, to my professors Hinkle, Anderson, Dimet, Uden, nurse preceptor Renee, my angel daughter Jessie, husband Dave, daughter Morgan, son Gavin, grandchildren, mom, Bill, Caroline, family, and friends for their support, encouragement, and prayers. I wouldn't have been able to do this without each one of you. Here's a quote by Robin Williams from the movie Patch Adams. You treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win, no matter what the outcome. Valerie Massey. Fast forward to a year ago when I found out about my admission to LPN program. It was still surreal and exciting to me. I cannot believe here we are at the finishing line and fulfill my first step of dream and goal to becoming a nurse. As a girl who was raised in a restrictive and conservative Chinese family, being able to attend college is impossible. Thank you so much for my husband, who has been very supportive to my decision and making every effort to help me however he can. Even though he has been an expensive date, I've bribing him with bourbon to help me with dosage calculation. Thank you so much for friends and family who are always very encouraging whenever I'm down or starting to self-doubt and push me to want to keep going. Thank you so much for Professor Hinkle's guidance this past year. Without your help, this could not be possible. My dog, Katie, who has been going to daycare because mommy has to study, cannot always play with her when she wants to. Thank you to my Shiro, my 92-year-old grandmother who taught me to be a tough chick and great work ethic. Lynette Shiflett. First, I want to thank God because there is no way I alone could have worked everything out to make it through this program without his blessing. Secondly, I thank my husband and kids for dealing with me being less available and more snappy for the past year, and keeping my wild child busy so I could get my work done. I also thank them for waking me up from the couch where I fell asleep with my laptop almost every night. Last but not least, I thank the instructors for being so dedicated to our success in the program and the field of nursing. Emily Spencer. This year has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride. But along the way, I have met some incredible people. I would like to start by thanking my friends and family for always standing beside and believing in me when I didn't think I was going to make it. Also, thank you to Professor Hinkle for always being there to guide us and doing everything in her power to make this a seamless transition into the nursing world. Lastly, thank you to all of the other professors, clinical instructors, and faculty that have helped us along the way. Without all of you, this journey would not have been possible, and I will forever be grateful. Katie Thompson. It has been a journey that seemed to have no end, but here we are, screaming for joy at our accomplishments. Thanks to everyone that has contributed to my success. You believing in me made this happen. And this is our graduating class of 2021. Congratulations.
And now I would like to invite all of the nurses here today to stand up for the nursing pledge. To all students in your program, you actually have a copy of the pledge so that you're going to be able to recite it with us as well. All right, you ready? Let's do this. I pledge myself here in the presence of this assembly to practice my profession with integrity. I will endeavor to maintain and elevate the standard of nursing, both as a science and as an art. I wholeheartedly recognize the importance of high standards of care and of personal accountability. I devote myself to the healing, protection, and welfare of those committed to my care. I accept a duty to work for the improvement of health in the communities in which I live and work. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and will respect the privacy of medical information. I will act with compassion in ethical matters. I will not knowingly administer or consume any harmful substance. I commit to interdisciplinary collaboration and lifelong learning. I fully acknowledge the seriousness of the responsibility that I accept in my calling and the significance of this pledge that I take today. Now that we have done that, I have one last thing that we need to do. We have an award for the student who earned the highest GPA in this program. So with that, I would like to present this award to Ann Lynch. And I believe before we have closing remarks, you all had something that you all wanted to do. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
As everyone obviously knows, this has been a very stressful year for us, and we could not have done this without Professor Poprivka Hinkle. She changed names on us in the middle, so, trying to stay professional was hard. So this is just a little token from the entire class. Thank you.
And Professor Hinkle Poprivka got married a year ago, and this Friday, the 17th, is when she's going on her honeymoon. So we wish her well, and she has got to come back. She has, it's not negotiable. Okay.
And just one more thing, there is going to be a reception to follow. So when we finish up here, please feel free to go into the back. There will be a reception for all of our students here. We hope to see you there. And just one last time, congratulations. You all are amazing, and you did it.